Hi everybody, Dina here with Yoga and Nutrition. How are you? I'm outside again today and I'm surrounded by beautiful nature and my flowers and stay out here as long as I can through season before the cold comes in. I may even do yoga outside in the fall and winter. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how long I can handle it. But just to be out here in nature just means so much to me. It just fills my heart and my soul, just being surrounded by my flowers and my grass pods and just feeling the sun on my skin. So hopefully you can get that opportunity to do that as well with your yoga or with any other thing that you're doing during your day. Just get outside, get in nature, and connect with it. Okay, so today we're going to do some toe yoga and some balance work, a nice short class, and then we'll talk about some nutrition. I'm going to show you something yummy at the end, so stick with me, okay? All right, so first thing I want to do is toe yoga. I don't know if you've ever tried it. um, it can be a little challenging, to be honest with you, but it helps with balance. It helps with keeping your gait nice and strong. It helps noticing the four corners of your feet and getting the muscles stronger in those toes and feet is really great for balancing for any kind of thing that you're doing, not just walking and if your balance is off, but for sports and for anything going upstairs. And as we get older, our balance does shift, so we really need to pay attention to it, focus, and keep it strong. So you can do this from standing up. You can sit down in a chair, which is probably a little bit more comfortable, because sometimes you'll have to manipulate your feet by pushing your toes. So standing, obviously you can't do that, but I'm going to be looking down at my toes so I can show you what I'm doing. So the first thing we're going to do is just stand nice and tall, or if you're sitting in a chair, sit with your feet flat on the floor so your feet can touch the floor nicely, and that way you have control over your toes. So the first thing you do is just ground your feet, okay? Get a nice stance, hold your core in, feel the length of your spine, and then look down at your toes and just move them a little bit. Feel the right inner corner, the arch of the foot, feel the outer side of the foot connecting with the ground or with the mat or with the floor that you're on. Feeling all 10 toes pressing into the floor, even feeling the big toe press down and then all the little toes pressing down. So you're really grounding your feet and feeling that lengthening up the spine, out through the head. Okay, this is all about balance. So now I want you to look down at your feet and see if you can lift your big toes. You could start with one foot. Just lift the big toe and then lift. It's really hard. It's a brain thing, I think. Lift, lift those toes, lift the big toe. Once you get the big toe lifted, just hold it and then put it down and then lift the little toes. Hold, put it down, lift the big toe. And if you're sitting in a chair, you can manipulate it a little bit. You can hold the big toe down and try to lift the little toes. And the more you do it, the stronger the muscles are going to get, the easier it's going to get. So try the other foot, and you're going to lift the big toe. Fun, right? And then switch, lift the little toes and bring the big toe down. You might find that one foot is a little easier than the other foot. You might be stronger on one side than the other, and just keep switching. Just keep switching. Big toe, lift, little toes, press, and then switch. And then switch your foot. I would like you to try to do, if you can do it 10 times on each side, maybe a few times. It's focus, concentration, feeling and connecting again with your core, feeling that strong lengthening through the spine, out the top of the head. Now, once you've done it a couple of times on one foot each, try both big toes. If you could see, I have both of my big toes lifted. I'm pressing the toes, my baby toes, little toes into the floor, and I'm going to switch. You might not be able to do both feet at the same time, and this is, again, it's a brain connection, but it's also muscle strengthening. Switch. It's fun. And switch. Good. Now just wiggle the toes a little bit. Let's bring one leg up. Come up on your toes on one leg. You can see I'm on the top of my big toe, and my other leg is lengthening. It's stable on the mat, so I'm a little off, but I'm finding balance just on one leg. That big toe is just staying, just in case I need the extra balance. And then you're going to lift the foot, turn the foot in a circle, squeeze and flex. So now you're on one foot, right? If you feel like your balance is off, put your toe down, right? Just put that big toe on the floor just for some balance. This is going to gain strength in your hip and your back and your leg. Lift the foot, see if you can turn the toe. All about balance. Good. Now see if you can lift the knee up, lift it higher. So now you're standing nice and tall on one leg. If you're sitting in a chair, you want to stand up and try this. You can hold the chair, the back of the chair, so you have more stability. Bring it down. Bring your other foot up. Lift the heel. I love all the flies, bees flying around me. It's so beautiful, as long as they don't bother me. So I'm on the top of my left big toe, and I'm going to try to lift my foot up so I can turn my foot in a circle. So now I'm really engaging on my right leg, drawing my core in. My shoulders are lifted. So I'm feeling, again, that lengthening through my spine out through the top of the head, turning my foot in a circle, squeeze, squeeze those toes, open those toes. Remember the class we did on yoga toes? You might want to find that class and really practicing yoga toes, because that will help with this as well, as you open those toes nice and wide and you're able to get some circulation through there. Bring it down. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale in. Push the air out. Inhale in. Push the air out. I want you to feel all the four corners on the mat as you're standing up nice and tall. Stand up if you're on a chair. Feel the four corners of your feet as you're grounding on the ground, on the mat, wherever you're standing, and feel the just the stance is strong. We call this mountain pose because you're standing strong like a mountain. And we're going to try to do tree pose. So we're going to lift our whichever foot you want. There's different ways of doing this, and I have other videos on balance, but we're going to touch on this today as well. So there's a couple of options when you're doing your tree pose. One option is putting your heel on top of the opposite foot. Okay? Hands to the heart. And now you'll see that I got that support from the front of my foot with my other leg as well to help me with tree pose. And from there, as you get stronger, you bring your heel to your inner ankle. That's a little bit more challenging if your balance is a little off and it needs work. Then you can go up to your calf. And then if you have good balance, you can bring it up to your inner thigh. Bring your spine tall, draw your core in. That's really important to find that lengthening, feeling that energy come out of the top of the head. Oh, great. Bee just went in my house. This is what happens when you do live videos. I love it. Okay, so again, finding balance here. Hands to your heart will create that centering. So the arms are helping you create center and length. From here, you're going to grab your knee if you can, just bringing it to the next level, grabbing the knee with both hands and bringing the knee into the chest. So great balance here. You're doing awesome. Remember, if you need help, you can grab a chair. And the bee's out of my house. Wonderful. And bring it down. Bring your other foot up. Bring it on the top of the opposite foot. If you want to bring it to your inner ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh. Whoop. Grab your balance. Remember, ground the four corners of the foot onto the floor. Hands to your heart. Grab the knee if you can. Bring the knee into the chest. Find your breath. Find your balance. Support. If you want, the next challenge is to bring the knee, chin to the knee. And bring it down. Nice job, everybody. Very good. All right, that's it for today with toe yoga and balance. I wanted to give you a nutrition tip. And today, well, last night, I made overnight oats. And I'm sure you know what overnight oats is. It's all over the internet and how to make it. And for the season of pumpkin season, I did overnight oats last night, and I put some puree pumpkin in here, which is really delicious. You can add all the seasonings you want, the apple spices, the pumpkin spices, whatever, the cinnamon, add whatever you like. So you put the oats, the pumpkin puree, whatever kind of milk you choose, your cinnamon, you can add some fruit to it. I wouldn't add too much fruit because it adds too much sugar. You want to keep the sugar down as much as you can. If you have to have a little sugar, monk fruit is good in it, or xylitol is good in it, which will be a nice, great sugar substitute. Put it in the fridge, grab it in the morning. You can add a little bit of extra fruit. I also put yogurt in mine, plain yogurt, so I can have more protein. You can add cottage cheese. You can add protein powder. You can add collagen. There's so many variations. But, you know, it's actually very good because it's very satiating because the oats aren't cooked, so that they'll hold it better. They won't turn to sugar as quickly, so you won't get a spike as much. Um, Pumpkin is rich in fiber and lots of vitamin A. It's really good for your skin as well. So it's really nice. What I do is I intermittent fast, and when I'm ready to eat, I'll have some of this just to tide me over for a nice big lunch. This helps to balance your blood sugar. It's comfort food. It's beautiful. Don't have, I wouldn't say to have a big bowl of it, but this would be nice with, even if you want to have it after a little eggs in the morning, after having a little bit of protein. Really great start to your day. So that's your nutrition tip for today. Thank you for joining me. Please comment if you want any, if you have any suggestions for me, if you want any certain types of yoga, please let me know. Subscribe, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Bring your hands to your heart. Namaste. Thank you. Bye.